So, South Korea and the United States have agreed that an improvement in Seoul-Tokyo relations is crucial. Yet, over the last few days, we've also seen evidence of just how difficult that will be. The agreement between South Korea and the US came from the very top, as President Jae-in and his counterpart Joe Biden held a half-hour phone meeting, during which they also discussed North Korea. This was their first conversation since Biden's inauguration last month. A couple of days earlier, Seoul's biennial defense white paper omitted a description of Japan as South Korea's partner, and instead said they are neighbours. The ministry had previously called them geographically and culturally close neighbours and partners. And when you have government officials taking their time to draft and redraft these kinds of documents, language matters. It shouldn't be that surprising considering ongoing disputes between Seoul and Tokyo over Japan's colonial-era abuses, related legal cases, and a trade spat. Having blamed South Korea for their difficulties in its own white paper last year, Japan lodged an official protest against Seoul's document, not because of the way South Korea described their relationship, as Tokyo places Seoul down the list of its regional security partners, but rather Japan's defense ministry called in the South's military attaché in Tokyo to complain about the document's statement that military cooperation between the two countries has been hurt by Japan's territorial claim to the South Korean-controlled Dokdo Islets, which Tokyo's highlighted in its white paper since 2005, as well as a Japanese surveillance plane's close call with a South Korean warship in 2018. The defense ministry here responded by insisting it can't accept the unjust claim. But Seoul's foreign ministry referred to Japan in its white paper released Friday as South Korea's closest neighbour, an upgrade from the previous reference. That also came after a Pentagon spokesperson said South Korea and Japan are America's most important allies in the region, and that cooperation between all three is vital, including to addressing the threat posed by North Korea. Plus, of course, there was that phone call between Moon and Biden. And they did seem united on dealing with Pyongyang. They agreed to draw up a joint comprehensive strategy. But while North Korea has in recent months categorized both the South and the US as enemies, it was noted that Seoul's defense ministry white paper again refrained from describing the North in that manner, just as we saw previously under the Moon administration, though there's been a dialogue stalemate since 2019, and the document did state that North Korea's expanded ballistic missile units and strengthened special forces with modernized equipment and exercises of attacking strategic targets, such as South Korea's presidential office. Critics might feel Seoul needs to get its priorities straight, but there's nothing straightforward about relations in this region.